Today I'm trying something a bit different. Recently I've been thinking about how I can change up my content and also just make videos more frequently for all of you, and also share more of what goes on in between my other videos, more of what I'm excited about in the music and guitar world and music I'm listening to and what I've been learning, and just kind of hang out with you on a more personal basis. So that's what I'm trying today, a new kind of variety show format where we'll just kind of hang out and talk about all these things. So let's start up by talking about some music news. I read about this story a few days ago and I thought it was really cool and I wanted to share. Metalhead strums Deftones and System of a Down tunes through brain surgery, and can't really think of anything more metal than that. You may have heard of things like this before. With this type of operation, the surgeons actually want the patient to be awake for part of the operation to be able to monitor their motor skills and make sure they're not messing anything up while they're removing the tumor. And since he is a guitar player and obviously wanted to maintain that skill, they had him do that. There's actually a video here of him playing during the surgery. Let's check that out.
It's an unusually
That's crazy.
interesting sight.
It's impressive they managed to fit the whole guitar and everything underneath this medical sheet. I am very impressed. I think it's hard to play guitar when a camera is on, but imagine doing it while you're having brain surgery. Sounds like he's all good now, so yeah, really cool story. Nightwish won't play another show for 2 or 3 years, according to drummer Kai Hato. So this isn't a huge surprise for me. I knew that there was a hiatus coming. As they say here, Nightwish has made it clear that a touring hiatus was in their future. Back in April 2023, the band stated that they would not tour on their upcoming album, saying that after the planned shows for June 2023, we'll be hanging up our spurs for an indeterminate amount of time as far as live concert performances go, and we won't be touring the next album. So there is an album coming out this year, 2024, that I'm pretty excited about. I'm pretty sure they're done recording it, and I am always excited for more Nightwish. But yeah, they won't be touring for this album cycle, which is a bit disappointing because they are awesome live, but totally understand it. They have a lot of things going on individually, and it is cool if they're just making music. So yeah, I think we knew that this hiatus was coming, but I think they hadn't said exactly how long yet. But here, their drummer Kai said that it would be nice as the next Nightwish album comes out later this year to play maybe a couple of new songs from the album live as well, because at the moment it looks like there won't be any new Nightwish shows in the next 2 or 3 years. So yeah, that is a bit of a while. I thought it might be a little bit sooner than that, but it totally makes sense. And I am really just happy for new music, so I am happy regardless. In other related news for Nightwish fans, Tarja actually announced on her Instagram that she'll be touring with Marko for the first time in 18 years. And she's bringing him on her Living the Dream tour. I actually saw her last year in June on her tour, unfortunately not with Marko, but she is bringing him with her, and I am pretty excited about that and for the videos to come from these concerts. She posted here saying that she had a wonderful day with Marko and that they're trying to come up with songs to perform together. She asked the audience what songs they'd like to hear, and yeah, they just sound so great together. They both have such unique and amazing voices, so I am really excited to see what comes of this tour. If she ever comes to the US with him, I would be so excited. Around 6 months ago, she actually had Marko perform with her at a concert for the first time in 18 years, and they did a version of Phantom of the Opera, which really brought me back to the old Nightwish days, and it was just so awesome seeing them live together. Here's a little clip from it. I love the audience. It's when he's first revealed. I love how crazy the audience is going. This still makes me so happy even though I've already seen it. Such a good version of the song. Their voices just sound so good together. Yeah, it's just so good to see them back together, so I am excited to see what comes out of him joining Tarja on her upcoming tour as well, so I'll keep an eye on that. Now, in terms of news in the guitar world and guitar gear world, it is NAMM this week, so there's going to be a lot of new announcements and things released, and I might talk more about that next week. But one thing I haven't commented on yet that I'm sure you've seen everywhere from the past few weeks is that Schecter released the Machine Gun Kelly Razor Blade guitar that looks like this, and it's definitely not to everyone's taste. I know that quite a lot of people are upset about this guitar, but I am open to whatever. I think it's cool if someone so popular in the music space right now and so famous is inspiring others to play guitar, and his guitar is super unique. You have to give it that. It doesn't look like any other guitars I've seen recently. So I think that's cool, at least regardless of what you think of the individual design of this guitar. It is doing something different, and I think that's something that more guitars should be doing. And yeah, I don't know. I don't have too many thoughts on this guitar. I'm sure it's all been said by now, but let me know in the comments what you think. I actually haven't tried Schecter guitars before, although I definitely love to. They look like they have awesome instruments, but I don't think this will be the one I pick. Also, let's just take a moment to look at Ibanez's new gear page for 2024, since I'm a big Ibanez fan. I'm not sure if they have more gear coming out for NAMM this week, so there might be more of an update on this later, but let me just look at this page real quick and see what they've announced. This Guitarist finish, the red one, is pretty interesting looking, and it looks like it's a hardtail. Let's check that out. Yeah, stained wine red low gloss. This looks kind of like my premium model I have. I guess this is a premium model. I have the RG1121PV in Caribbean eyelet flat, and this is a pretty interesting finish. I'm not sure how I feel about the kind of stripe through the center here, but interesting looking guitar. And let's see what else just pops out right off the bat. I wonder if this is kind of one of those color changing finishes. This one has a whammy bar. I've recently been more into guitars with fixed bridges, so that's what I prefer now. Just easier to change tunings and things like that. Nothing else here is like jumping out at me right away. This is kind of a cool finish, but I'm not sure if I love the back plates or not. Then, oh, this one's kind of cool too. What is this? Twilight Blue Burst. This is probably this is a premium model as well. This one is actually a really cool finish. Cosmic Blue Frozen Matte. As you can see, I'm gravitating towards the blue guitars, but I did like a red guitar, but I haven't seen a finish quite like this before, I feel like. Now this is just a quick look based on looks alone and what I'm most drawn to. But yeah, nothing super different here. It doesn't look like they have any more new headless guitars, which I was actually hoping they would continue. I actually haven't played them yet, but I've been enjoying the more modern style guitars now, and I'd love to see them do more of those. But yeah, I guess we'll maybe have more updates on this in the coming weeks. Now let me talk about some music I've been listening to recently. For a recent release, Exit Eden, they're kind of like a symphonic metal supergroup with 3 different singers from bands. The one I'm most familiar with is Clementine Delaney from Visions of Atlantis, and it's kind of like a pirates metal band, which is a lot of fun. But she's in a band with 2 other women, Anna Brunner and Marina La Turraca. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing their names wrong. So this band, Exit Eden, just released a new album, Femme Fatales. They do some symphonic metal covers of older songs like Poison by Alice Cooper, Hearts Alone, Journeys Separate Ways, and they're really fun. I encourage you to check them out. And they also have some fun original songs on this album as well. And I'm just a fan of symphonic metal in general, so I'm excited for new albums like this. The song here is one of the originals from the new album. I think it's really fun. Symphonic metal is just fun. They also actually on this album did an original song featuring Marko from Nightwish as well. So in terms of other music I've been listening to recently, I discovered a new to me band called Blackbriar. On Wikipedia they're described as an alternative metal gothic rock band, but I'd say they're kind of like symphonic metal mixed with Celtic mythology themes and things like that. They're just a really cool band, very unique sound, and they're actually touring with Battle Beast coming up in May on Battle Beast's first ever North American headlining tour, and Battle Beast is another awesome band, power metal band. I really love seeing them live, so that's exciting, and yeah, I'm excited for more people to be exposed to this band as well. I've been really digging a lot of their music. One song I've liked a lot recently is Arms of the Ocean. The singer just has a really cool voice. I love this part here. I like how they incorporate mythology into their songs. Like this one seems like it's about a siren, which is a cool theme. They also have a song called Selkie, which is about another thing like that. They just have such a cool sound. So this song is about a Selkie, which I believe is a seal woman. See? Oops, not shopping. I don't want to buy a Selkie. Yeah, so like a mythological seal woman, I guess. But I just love it when bands incorporate things like this into their songs, and that's something I love about metal and symphonic metal, is that it can be epic and be about stories like this, things like this. So yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know how epic a seal woman is, but you know what I mean. So yeah, definitely recommend checking out Blackbriar if you haven't yet. I also should mention that I've been listening to Spirit Box quite a bit recently, and I hadn't really listened to them much before, but I know they are hugely loved and they have some really awesome songs. Specifically, I've been into Jaded, Holy Roller, of course. I've listened to that one for a while though. Also, Blessed Be is a great one. I also like Rule of Nines. They just have a lot of awesome songs, and I'm excited to listen to them more now that I've actually been getting into them. I love this riff in Jaded. Sunkiller is another cool one. Guitar riff. I just love how this song builds up to that moment. So yeah, I know I am late on Spirit Box, but they are awesome. Now, in terms of what I've been learning on guitar recently, you may have seen that I posted my first ever cover of a Gojira song, Silvera, and the song was just really fun to learn. The tapping parts are just so fun to play, and they sound really cool with that octave pedal going on, and yeah, it's just a really cool song. It has some really unique things going on. That part right before the solo where it's kind of like scratchy, it was a little tricky to figure out actually the rhythm he's playing there because he's not just going up and down, and there's some cool like harmonics going on, and it's just a really unique song. Also the solo with the pick tapping section, that's the first time I had ever tried pick tapping. It's actually not that hard generally, but the part where it's really fast in the solo and you just have to move your arm like super fast, it's actually pretty tiring on the arm, and you have to kind of figure out how to make your arm very rigid, I guess, and just kind of bounce it up and down. And that was tricky to get down. I don't think I got it down perfectly in the cover, but I think I did pretty well, and it's okay if it's a little chaotic because that's kind of how the song is. But that was a really fun song to learn, and also just the main riff from that song is just so impactful. It sounds so cool. So yeah, very fun song to learn, and I highly recommend learning that one if you are interested, because it's just a fun song to learn. There's also a TikTok trend going around of mixing Deftones with a Nicki Minaj song, and I learned the riff for that because I've been trying to grow a bit on TikTok. I don't think that video really works, but I ended up just learning the full Deftones My Own Summer song, which is the one that was mixed in that trend, and it's just a really fun song to play. I think it's a really great one to learn if you are starting out on guitar, and it's pretty simple, you know. It's just on 2 strings. It's in a drop tuning, so power chords are all with 1 finger, and you can just kind of slide around. Yeah, just a really fun riff, even though it's pretty simple to play. So I had a lot of fun with that song. I think that both these songs have reminded me that I've been really having a lot of fun just learning riff-based guitar music recently. I haven't really felt a pull to learn solos recently, although I probably should be working on that more because I haven't done that as much the past few years. But I've just been really digging into riffs, I guess, and I'd love to learn some more songs along those lines. I think it's really fun to play. Deftones' My Own Summer song was actually probably the fastest I've ever made a guitar cover. I learned the whole song, and then the next day I made a cover of it, and I'd actually like to start doing more videos like that again, just for fun. They don't get a ton of views, but it's just fun for me to play along with songs and kind of makes me remember why I started playing guitar, so I think I should do more of that this year. Let me know if you have any song suggestions in the comments. So yeah, I think that is everything I wanted to cover today. I'm honestly having a lot of fun with this. It reminds me of when I was in college and I had a symphonic metal radio show where I would talk about things like this, and pretty sure at the time, basically no one was listening other than maybe a couple of my friends, but I had a lot of fun with it regardless, and yeah, this reminds me of that, and I've been really enjoying it, so I think I'd like to keep doing this, but let me know in the comments what you think. Also, I've been trying to think of names for if I do make this a series, but it's really difficult. So far, I just have Recap with Rachel or Weekly Roundup with Rachelf. Or Rachel F, whatever you want to call me, but I don't know if those are really quite catchy enough, so if you have any ideas if I were to make this like a weekly or bi-weekly series, let me know in the comments. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.